Sacramento's in Old Sacramento and all of Sacramento. The tours that you can take on the Capital Tuk Tuk really encompass all of those places. So this morning we are with Manushi Barasinga. She is the driver, the owner of Capital Tuk Tuk, and we are currently getting on right after the Tower Bridge in Old Sacramento onto Capitol Mall, headed toward our beautiful California State Capitol. This is one of the tours that you can get on if you want to book a trip with them. And this is really a wonderful way to see the city and also a wonderful way to show your family, maybe in town for an event, what we have to offer here in Sacramento. So Manushi, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I know you're driving, so we're going to keep your eyes on the road, but
yes,
you're mic'd up too, so you can also see to me while we're doing this. Talk about Capital Tuk Tuk. What makes this vehicle so very interesting?
You know, people stop all over the city and ask us what it is. So they see it from Thailand, you know, in their travel. So it's a three-wheeled vehicle, and of course it's pink, so it really stands out, and people want to know, like, what is this? So we get an opportunity to tell them, like, hey, we do city tours all over town.
Yes, and it's an electric vehicle, right? So
yes, it is.
You do multiple tours. What are some of the hot tours that you're giving right now?
You know, right now our mural tour is very popular, and people are coming into the city asking for the mural tour. And the word is getting out that Sacramento has a wonderful art scene. Hello, hi. Yes, also our matcha tour, our coffee and desserts tour. So we have a variety, so something for everybody.
It's really cool. I mean, it's one thing if you're somebody who's coming in from out of town, if you don't really know where to go, where to stop. You love the art scene. We have wide open walls, which you said actually you're getting more and more people interested in coming on for that tour. The word's getting out about the art scene here in Sacramento.
Absolutely, and yeah, I'm so grateful for the local artists that allow us to have these experiences.
Yeah.
And yeah, tourists are coming in saying, hey, we heard that Sacramento has great art. Yes.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so you do have a number of partners. You mentioned the matcha tour.
Yes.
So tell me what exactly that encompasses, because we're going to go visit one of those partners coming up in the 10 o'clock hour.
Exactly. You know, we really emphasize community and collaboration in our company. The matcha tour allows us to collaborate with local cafes. So people will get to choose from 3 different coffee shops, and we would stop, and you get 30 minutes at each stop. So the tour is about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and they can, you know, enjoy these cafes. They can have different experiences and have a good time with their friends while also supporting local businesses.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're wrapping up now, Manushi. How can people book with you? And we have so much more coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, but as we get to our final destination, the Capitol, so beautiful to see it this way. What's the info to book with you?
It's going to be capitaltuktuk.com. You can find us on Instagram, capital_TUK.
T-U-K. It's called the Tuk Tuk. Come hop on and enjoy a tour of Sacramento. Even if you're a local, this is such a fun staycation. Manushi, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
You're right. If you're a local, this is a fun way to see the city where you live, right? This is so cool.
Wait, how do you spell it again, Dina?
T-U-K.
T-U-K.
Tuk Tuk.
Thank you, Dina.
You are looking at the Capital Tuk Tuk. We just parked outside of Casa Flores, and this is one of the stops that you can take if you want to do a matcha tour while on Capital Tuk Tuk. It's a really fun way to see downtown corridor and so many other areas throughout our city. We have Manushi here who just parked the Tuk Tuk, and talk to me about the matcha tour. This is one of 3 stops that you can take on this tour.
Exactly, yes. The matcha tour has been really popular this season.
Yeah.
So you can basically get your girlies, and you can pick from 3 stops. And we have great local partnerships. So of course, Casa Flores is one of them. Sana Cafe, Creme Coffee, Bumble Bear. These are some of the few great stops that we have, and you can get 10% off at each of these locations.
That is so great. And you know, for people who maybe haven't been on the Tuk Tuk before, it's not only just a fun activity to do with your friends, it's not super long, so it won't take the whole day. What's an average tour length?
It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Yeah,
perfect.
exactly.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and have Sophia finish up the matcha here. We're going to hop on board the Tuk Tuk as soon as this is done. But you said if people want to go to the different places to get their drinks, you let them hang, you let them sit. These coffee shops are so darling.
Yes.
Casa Flores here has been open for about 5 months, and they have lots of delicious drinks and pastries that you can get along the way. But you say if you want to sit and mingle, go for it.
Exactly. You know, it's their time, so if they want to spend more time here, we can adjust the tour as needed.
Wonderful. Okay, you're going to hop out and get back on the Tuk Tuk. I'll take that drink from Sophia. Thank you so much for making us the matcha. Okay, I'm going to try it before we get on the ride. Oh, that is so delicious and fresh. Thank you so much. Okay, Casa Flores, come try it out. Dave Grassup and I, we're going to walk back up to the Tuk Tuk. We're going to keep all the cables with us as we walk back on. And remember, this is actually an eco-friendly ride, an electric battery-operated ride. And Manushi, talk to me about the fact that this is, you do power this by battery. And so it's quiet.
Yes.
So people really can have conversations when they're on here, and it's just a fun time to be able to explore.
Exactly, and you know, it is an open air vehicle, so you're out in the elements, the wind is in your hair. As you noticed earlier, people are waving at us, you know. So it's really just a fun, different and unique experience from maybe what you've experienced in the past. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on board. I've got my matcha. I also have one more trick up my sleeve here. Dave Grassup and I have a few different camera angles. Manushi, you can go ahead and get started.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm going to show from a different camera vantage point the backside as we're driving off in the Capital Tuk Tuk. Dave, you good?
I think so.
There we go. He says he thinks so. Manushi, remind me again how far out someone should book with you. And I know that you all are going to be doing tours throughout the warmer months. You also have your holiday tours. So when's a good time to book?
It really depends on the tour. You know, the city mural tours, they can book day of. Preferably 2 days prior would be great, but we're available, Tuesday through Sunday, so they can book whenever based on availability. The holiday tours, I'd recommend booking 6 months in advance. People have been calling, honestly, in August for December tours.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, that is the Capital Tuk Tuk. Thank you so much, Manushi, and we'll have all the details linked up to gooddaysacramento.com as well. Come take a ride through the downtown area. Back to you.
So fun. So as Dina was saying, it's spelled T-U-K, T-U-K, but it's pronounced like you took a ride on the
Tuk Tuk. Yeah,
Took a ride
Yeah.
on the Tuk Tuk.
exactly. Thank you, Dina.